Welcome to an all-new Q&A video with me, Brent Galloway, and today I'm going to answer your questions on staying professional when working with agencies, why I chose to become a freelancer, and how you can draw in traffic to your online products. I tweeted out asking for your questions using the hashtag AskBrentG, and you delivered, so let's get into it. The first question comes from my pal Austin, who's a great motion designer, might I add, and he asks, as a freelancer, how do you take steps to stay professional when you have been subcontracted by an agency? This is a great question, Austin. When you work with agencies, it's a lot different from when you work with a small business or another individual one-on-one. Because typically with agencies, they're a much larger team, they even might have different departments, and so they have their own process in the way they do things for a good reason, just like you have your own process when you work with clients. So I wish I could say ideally you would want these agencies to fall into your process, but that's just not the case for every single situation because they are so much bigger and they do have teams of people that they have to work with, and they might even be working with other subcontractors at the same time. When you're working with an agency, you first need to understand every aspect of the project. What exactly are you being hired to do? Will you be doing work for the agency internally, or will you be doing work for their client? Will you be working with their team, or are you working with their client directly? So there's a lot of factors that you have to understand. And then it comes down to pricing. If you're working with their team, they may just allow you to charge hourly, and then they may pay you every 2 weeks, as they might do with all the subcontractors that they hire. Or can you estimate the full cost and get a payment up front? Or do they work with a net 30 terms, which is very important to know before you start doing any work whatsoever. So it all comes down to communication, setting the responsibilities of what's the agency responsible for, what's the client responsible for, and what are you responsible for? And then, get a contract signed and just make sure you and the agency are on the same page always. The next question comes from Femka. Why did you decide to be a freelancer as opposed to working for someone else? Long story short, I spent all of my free time in high school learning to design just for the fun of it. And it was this passion for design that led me to a few opportunities where I got to dabble in some freelance work, and that's where I got that taste of it. From that point on, I knew that that's what I wanted to do, that I could make a living with design. Immediately after graduating college, I just took the big risk and I started freelancing full time. And I've been doing it ever since, nonstop, and just growing from there. But if you want to see the long story, check out my recent video, How I Became a Freelance Graphic Designer, where I share kind of my earlier days of freelancing, the specific opportunities that I did take to where I got to today. Maniza asks, hopefully I pronounced that right, how can I bring traffic to my products on Gumroad? All right, this isn't going to be easy advice, but it's going to be the right advice for you. You either have a product that no one needs or no one wants, or at least they don't know about yet. And that's usually the biggest reason for this, is that just no one knows your product exists. So I hate to break it to you, but you can't just launch a product and expect people to pay for it. Just like you can't just launch a website and throw up your work onto a portfolio and expect clients to come to you. You need to create some sort of value, some sort of reason for people to come to your website or to go to your shop. And I checked out your Gumroad, you're selling t-shirts, so especially when it comes to physical products, you need to develop a story around those. Why did you create those products? What do those products mean to you? And what should they mean to your potential customers? What can you do to get them onto your site? What kind of content can you build around this? What kind of story can you develop that makes people want to buy these products? And that's the key, is to produce this type of content around what you're doing and to do it consistently. That's the key, to create content consistently around what you're doing for the people you want to attract. It's not going to be easy. No one said it was. I've been doing what I do for 5+ years, and I'm just now starting to scratch the surface of creating my own products and building my own audience. So it takes a lot of hard work. Use Instagram, utilize video, and just start writing content around what you're doing. And it might even be worth to relaunch your products, to take a step back and start drumming up some interest in it, build some buzz, start growing an audience around what you're doing, and then release your products. You need to provide value for free up front to get people interested and to build trust so that when you do launch a product, they're interested in it and they want to spend their money and support you. It's a bit of a loaded answer for a very loaded question, but I hope it helps. No one's going to know you exist until you put yourself out there, until you start creating a reason for people to come to your website, to go to your shop, to give them a reason to want to buy your products. That's all the questions I have, so I want to thank you three for asking your questions and for allowing me to hopefully answer them as best as I can. I want to find my voice. I want to do this more often. So if you have any questions whatsoever about freelancing, graphic design, about me specifically, how I do things, anything, just let me know. Use the hashtag AskBrentG. Now it's your turn. My question for you is, what do you do to bring traffic to your website? Any tips that you find that works best for you, whether it's selling a product, just growing a blog, growing an audience, and that sort of stuff? Leave your comments below, to add to this, and let's get a conversation going. Also, click the like button and subscribe to my channel. It's completely free, and it's the easiest and best way for you to let me know that you want to see more. Thanks for watching.